Pineapple Gang? Is Non-Fungible Wonderful, and I'm back with another Ecomi and VV video. We inside, we in the studio, and I'm feeling wonderful, man. So let's get into this. Yo, we got a big video, and we're going to be talking about what David Yu was talking about to the Chinese community about Ecomi and VV. And, you know, this video is about the future of what Ecomi and VV are going to be doing and why this is a good investment. This is why, you know, everybody believes that Omi is going to the moon. Omi will reach $1 and beyond. And Burnt Sienna, one, just released this, you know, kind of just like a text-based going over what the translation was. He said a couple things could be a little different, but he has the gist of what David Yu was talking about. And I feel like this helps people to see the vision of Ecomi. So let's get into this. So a couple days ago, David took part in an AMA with the members of the Ecomi China community. There was a lot of valuable information shared. I'll do my best to summarize it here in the thread. Disclaimer, I may have misheard some of what he said, but this should be pretty accurate. So let's get into this. And thank you for making this, man. The VV verse. David visualizes the future of Ecomi and the VV to revolve around the VV verse. NFTs and collectibles we see today will just be a small component of the entire ecosystem. Concerts, art shows, movies are expected to be a great part of the VV verse. So I love what he's saying right here, man. The VV verse is going to be big. If you listen to some of the AMAs, they talked about how the VV verse is going to be made for wearables. They said they've been testing everything for wearables. I spoke a lot about Apple, and this is the reason why. Because, you know, right now we're limited. We use the phones. We're going to be using headsets. They're making this platform for that. They're getting ready for that. So for us to be early in this is why it's a good investment. This is why it will do better than a lot of NFTs out here, because they're going to be built into an ecosystem that has a working metaverse. VVverse, team constantly exploring and considering how deep into the metaverse they can go. David and Dan have crazy ambitions, but prefer to work on them under the radar than announce their plans. Announcements will be released at the right time. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only crazy one. You know, the reason why I believe that Ecomi and VV are going to go so far is because right now we're going through the 2018-2019 plan that VV and Ecomi had in like 2017. We're in 2021 right now. Think about the advancements and the connections and the experience and the knowledge that they have now compared to back then when the space was super young. Right now, we're seeing the immersion of it, but they have already understood what this was going to be. But think about this. They didn't understand how big it was going to be. They still underestimated how many people were going to get onto VV and Ecomi. And that's one of the things. The unexpected can happen in this space all the time. Comics. Improvements will be made to the product. Plans to include degradation of comics to mimic physical versions, creases on the covers when comics are read. Comics need to have a healthy secondary market. If prices run too fast, too high, it may deter new collectors. So that's amazing, you know, and that reminds me of what they said about the DeLorean. They said, look, the DeLorean is going to be something where, look, if you get it dented by driving it around, you have to get it fixed, which is going to add more valuable to the ones that have never been driven or to the ones that have been kept in that mint condition. And they're doing the same thing with comics. That's amazing. So they're talking about it being used and everything like that. And look, if prices run too fast, too high, it may deter new collectors. They want people to be on this. You know, even though I believe that VV and Ecomi might have, will have those CryptoPunk prices, at the same time, this is for mass adoption. You know, this is not for everybody to have the most money and, you know, the people at the bottom, they can't get into it. It's a low barrier of entry for people. That's why these low mints that we have right now, like these super low mints, this is key because there's going to be a lot more releases. They might do something where they release a million collectibles, right? But right now we have the chance to get the ones that's under 10,000 total mints. And people were saying, look, man, I don't think that Vivi and Ecomi could reach CryptoPunk prices. And one thing I see that's happening with CryptoPunks right now is they're doing it where you can fractionalize this NFT. So now it's multiple people owning a part of it. But I feel like the way that Vivi and Ecomi did it, they fractionalized each collectible with mint numbers and additions. So I think that there's still way more value in what Vivi offers right now. So they said Japanese anime manga. Been in talks with Japanese IP holders for the past 2 to 3 years. IP in Japan is complex. Anime and comics may belong to different IP holders. Need more time to understand and work through the complexities. Hope to announce something soon. Look, they're working on it. It's more of a IP thing. You know, it's more of a licensing thing. And we already know that licensing is slow. So, you know, it's going to probably happen. But right now, it's in the works. Founder tokens. David and Dan haven't touched any of their unlocked tokens. That's a good thing. That you see, they haven't touched anything. So people who are saying, look, the CEOs and the founders are taking money and they're greedy. No, it hasn't been happening. Considering what they do with their founder tokens start of this year, donated a portion of their tokens to charity. They have plans to continue doing this, especially to environmental charities. Man, if they was already eco-friendly, man, this is even better, man. They understand what's about to happen to the environment. But this is why I'm saying, look, they are donating to environmental charities because guess what? The environment is not looking good right now. And that's why I'm saying, when it comes to the VV-verse, when it comes to environment, we're going to be in a digital environment, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world that we are underestimating. So that's why I'm saying the VV-verse is going to be something where it's like a little escape. That's why they're building it the way that they're building it. They have foresight. User growth. 700,000 downloads to date, estimated to exceed 1 million by end of the year. App already has capability for multiple languages, but needs a bit more time before being implemented. In order to offer multiple languages, customer support in these languages will also be required. That's key. So they can have people that, the app already could do multiple languages, but you need people to be able to communicate. You know what I mean? So that's why they said they're building that Chinese office, because, they can have the app in Chinese, but then if somebody has a problem, you're getting all these messages, nobody knows how to read them. And that's just one country. So that's key. User growth. Plan to have 4 to 5 new languages by Q1 2022. Also speaking with partners to bring VV to more countries. Russia, China, etc. Set up new offices and hire more customer support. Okay, key. Competition. Never the intention to be the only player in the field. Always expect that there will be multiple players in the space. Healthy competition is good and we can all succeed together. Team focus on making existing users happy. That's key, man. And I'm glad that they said that because, you got Terra Virtua out here. You got Sandbox and Decentraland and all of these different, metaverses and stuff. Ecomi is going to be just a part of this. But they're setting themselves up to be a leader in the space. They're setting themselves up to be that Amazon, that Walmart, that Apple, that Netflix, those major corporations. But they're not trying to destroy everybody else's brands. They're trying to do major things. You also got Quid. Crypto Crayons, he talked a lot about Quid, and Quid is doing major things with Animoca brands. Look them up. They're huge. Future products. Other than 3 Marvel products offered now, blind box, comics, statues, there are plans to offer more. This is a long-term project and there are more exciting things to come. Never intended to release all the products from the start. Yeah, they gotta take it slow. Words to the community. Past 4 to 5 years have been long and tiring. The products and collectibles we see today have taken years to develop. Never expected to take off so quickly. Please give us some time. A lot of testing needed before something gets released. So yeah, right now they're releasing as much as they can. They're doing an amazing job with it. They're taking their time, and like I said, man, he said past 4 to 5 years because think about it. Right now, it's 2020. They've been doing this since around 2016, and they had to get the idea and develop it, get all these licenses and everything. They've been doing a lot, and that's tiring, man. And they're doing as much as they can, and they didn't even touch their tokens, man. They donated them, so that shows you, their longevity in this project, man. More words to the community. What we are seeing now is still part of the test and will be improved over time, which is great news. A lot of support tickets received. Many people that miss out on a drop submit tickets. Working to improve customer support efficiency. That's key, man. Thank you to Ecomi China community for hosting the AMA. Many of them have been with the project since 2019. Also, big thank you to David Yu for making time to attend the AMA. He has gone 26 hours without sleep at that point in time. Yo, David Yu is a hard worker, man. I have so much respect for him. And Genghis Khan was saying, man, David Yu was like Willy Wonka. And I hit David Yu up too. I said, bro, you remind me of Steve Jobs, Walt Disney. Like, you remind me of all these people. And you remind me of the dude from Ready Player One who created that whole metaverse. Him and Dan and Reese and Trevor, and Alex, this whole team is key, man. And, there was a little FUD today. I do want to cover the FUD, man. I want to cover the FUD because, this helps you understand that the FUD doesn't really align with the vision. Sometimes it's a lot of short-term type of thinking, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is, I respect Stan Alpha. I like what he does, but, I don't want to have people read something like this and then feel like, man, I don't know if this project is worth it, because think about it. A lot of us have families. A lot of us are investing for the long term. We want to understand that our, investment is safe, and FUD is only fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So whenever you feel like there's fear or uncertainty or doubting with your investment, you got to kind of, dissolve that with facts. So he said, "Dear Omi Gang, I fear for some of you. You're spending a lot of gems on collectibles in hope of VV having interoperability on OpenSea. Not all collectibles will go on OpenSea. I called for a list on OpenSea and got bashed by the VV Kool-Aid gang." And the list to OpenSea, yes, is big, but at the end of the day, VV is still going to be an app that doesn't need OpenSea. VV is not working to be the only player in this space, but they have enough foundation where if they needed to, they could be the only players in this space based on their ecosystem. So I just think that when it comes to VV right now, as much as OpenSea will be big, it's more about being able to cash out. It's more about being able to use ETH and other cryptos to buy VV collectibles. Some people don't want to go through their banks and trigger off some type of tax result. You know what I mean? They want to just make sure that they can put their crypto in, boom, grab some collectibles. There's a lot of people with ETH who waiting for this to happen. It's not, and OpenSea, yes, OpenSea is a bridge. OpenSea is a way for them to get it. So they said, here's a couple questions you can ask. Will there be an interoperability list? Well, we're going to see soon. What NFTs will go on OpenSea? Are Marvel and DC Comics getting paid? Artists getting paid? And what royalty fee will you have on OpenSea? This does not include OpenSea fee. So the thing about what's happening with the Immutable X transfer, actually, let me go to their website right now. So the thing that's happening with Immutable X is we have to understand that OpenSea is actually going to Immutable X, right? So the OpenSea that we see today may not be the same OpenSea that we see once everything is done with Immutable X. Think about it. They have all these brands, but OpenSea is the highlight. So Ecomi being on OpenSea, there's going to be a lot more contracts and stuff that you can do with Ecomi collectibles and VV collectibles, and everything will be figured out. I'm pretty sure that the team was already forward thinking with a lot of stuff. Think about what we just listened to about what they're about to do and what they let be known in the Chinese AMA. OpenSea and Ecomi have been partnered since like 2018. They have been in talks. There was a whole article about it. So just know that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out. There's no need to doubt this. Like, we're going to be rich, and it's not going to be a get rich quick. It's just stack and hodl. That's it. Because also one of the things is VV's price is being manipulated by Ecomi. And it's doing that because they don't want people to trade and start messing up the money. You feel me? Right now, the way that it is, it's a business. So when it's a business, they need to make sure that certain things are happening. And I'm glad that they have a trading type of thing being used with the buybacks to get the price. And I talked about this before. Even when we first saw the price, I was saying, look, the price is being manipulated not by these random people or Ben and Joseph. It's being manipulated by the team to stop these traders. So these people who bump in and dump, boom, they just take that out. Boom, they just take that out. You feel me? They're able to do certain things in order for them to, boost, to keep the business running. So there's a lot that's going on right now. And just know, man, wait till Immutable X. Yo, we lit, man. But yo, if you like videos like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Yo, let me know what y'all thoughts are about this whole conversation, man. I told y'all I'm about to be coming back with them bangers, man. I'm not gonna be here next week, man. My grandfather passed away, man. So, I'm gonna be out for a little bit. And, he was a good dude, man. He really inspired Pineapple Gang. And he was from the islands, man, of St. Kitts, man. So rest in peace to my grandfather, man. Peace.